It is the traveling Viking, coming to you today from Duisburg. This rather unknown city to anyone who is not from Germany is, by the Germans themselves, considered the most miserable, ugly city of Germany. And funny enough, this rather unknown city of Duisburg is also considered to be home to the most notorious, dangerous, problematic neighborhood of all of Germany. This neighborhood is called Marxloh, and that's what we're here to explore today. The history of Duisburg. What is this neighborhood Marxloh really like? Is it really as bad as they say? So without further ado, let's head off from the center of Duisburg towards Marxloh. Let's get into it. So check this out. As I was just about to leave the city here, or the square here, we have a memorial for someone that probably goes into some of the reputation of the city. Justice for Lawrence, it says here. He was murdered by the police in Oldenburg on April 20th this year. Anyone who fires 4 shots from behind doesn't want to police. They want to kill you. Do you know what this is about?
What?
You know what this is about? Kommen Sie aus Duisburg?
Ja.
Ja. Aber das, keine Ahnung?
Doch, hat Polizei erschossen.
Polizei
Ihm. Punch.
hier in
Nee.
Oldenburg, wo sind?
Das ist in Ostdeutschland.
Ah,
Ostdeutschland. Früher DDR.
ah, okay. East Germany. Okay,
Aber
so,
diese Schuld, dieser Mann.
como?
Schuld.
Schuld,
Diese böse.
böse.
Böse Mann.
What does that mean?
Polizei. Patsch.
Polizei, ciao.
Ja.
Okay. So this guy, according to the guy we were just talking to there, with my rusty German, what I was able to gather from that is he's not from, this did not happen here in Duisburg itself. Somewhere called Oldenburg, which is apparently in the old East Germany, in the old DDR. Now, let's get into Duisburg. Here we have an example of why Duisburg is considered one of the most miserable, ugliest cities in Germany. Check this out. You have this completely abandoned structure that they haven't bothered to break down. And then if I turn the camera on myself, you'll see on the other side, you have the river, the harbor, which it actually is. On the other side, as you can see, they've built beautiful real estate with a view to just abandoned structures like this here, which definitely contributes to the city's dystopian sort of feel when I'm walking around here. And check it out here. We have the remnants of some sort of demonstration, either against the AfD party or for the AfD party. Can't figure that out from that poster there. This harbor here, I read, is one of the biggest inner harbors, meaning it's not located on the ocean, but the rivers here connect all the way out from the Rhine to the Atlantic Ocean. And from this place, Germany would send out all of their produce of steel and coal that they produced here in the Rhine area to the rest of the world. Now, before we slack off Duisburg anymore, check this out, this beautiful church here. And over on the other side, we have something that looks like it probably was like the city council back in the day. Beautiful old architecture that gives you an idea of what the city may have looked like had it not been bombed so heavily during the Second World War, which is obviously also contributing to the reason why the city looks rather miserable nowadays. Check this out here. This beautiful statue carved into the side of the house. As I say, the city was obviously, given the fact that it's part of the industrial heartland of Germany, or the former industrial heartland of Germany, was heavily bombed during the Second World War, which is basically the reason why there's not much old architecture left. But check this out. This door, the details on this door, it is spectacular. The door frame itself, those faces up there, like, gives you an image of what this city looked like in its heyday. Let's, before we head to Marxloh, go to another place that can tell us more about the history of this beautiful region of Duisburg. And we have arrived. I am in a park called the Landschaftpark. This park here is created using all the property of an old coal and steel mine that still stands here on the ground. But instead of breaking it down, they have sort of repurposed it into a arts place, a street food place, a park where you can just come and hang out, play around with your kids, with your family, with your friends, have a beer, have some food, sit around here and enjoy this crazy, stunning, old architecture, this rough architecture that shows you the history of what used to happen here in all of the Ruhr area. Here in Duisburg, one of the biggest companies is called ThyssenKrupp. You probably heard about them. They make steel, and lots of that steel is sourced from the area here. You can imagine how this place would have looked when it was back, or when it was running in full business. Check it out here. I love this sort of thing. When I was younger, when I was a teenager, up into my early 20s, I would used to go and explore abandoned buildings around Denmark, climb cranes, always go on rooftops whenever I was in a new city. This was the sort of place I loved to do. Exploring, urban exploring. Check it out up there. I don't know how it comes across. There's sort of like we call them like gorilla park, hanging up there. These old pipelines here, still hanging here, would have probably driven some gas. I am loving this. This is so cool. That is so cool. I'm loving this. And we come back out to the place where we were standing before. Check this out once again. It's just a majestic view. As I said before, imagine what it would have been like when this was booming, powering, producing steel and coal. It gives you sort of Chernobyl vibes, dystopian. Armageddon has happened and all the people have died. And I'm the only one walking around. That's the sort of feeling it gives you. Check out that again. I found a way to get up a little bit. You just get a much better vantage point from above. Beautiful. What? This is spectacular. Now that we're close to these pipes, check it out. Huge, huge chimneys everywhere, pipes everywhere. An absolute maze. I'll report when we get higher. This region played a heavy part in reconstructing Germany after the Second World War. Steel and coal from this area contributed not only to arms production of the Nazis during the wars, but also to rebuilding housing all over Germany after the wars has ended, after the Second World War ended. Over the 50s and the 60s, this area was booming. Towns like Gelsenkirchen in the 60s had around 400,000 inhabitants. Nowadays, this region lies as one of the poorest regions in Germany, still with some steel and coal production, as you can see, but nowhere near what it used to be. Check this out. Walking along this beautiful staircase here with the view across here again. Lots of the immigrants that today live here in Germany, mostly Turks, came here to this region, to Germany in general, but many of them settled in this region of the Ruhr area back in the 60s and the 70s in a project known as the guest workers. German government at the time was in need of working force, of labor, and since there wasn't enough people to fill all the jobs here in Germany itself, they made a deal with the Turkish government at the time to host guest workers to work in Germany, and many of them, as I said, would end up settling here in the Ruhr area to work in and around these mining facilities, these coal production, steel production here in the Ruhr area. Check these I should say massive wheels out. What do you reckon this one does? The view in between the stairs here as I'm walking up. The sign said, the last sign I saw said 57 meters. So we're probably up maybe 65 or something like that at this point. I think this is the top here. Wow. And as I said, as we could see before, now we have more of a 360 view. Just endless coal, steel, mine production all around here. Yet only a decade or two later, in the 80s and the 90s, after having attracted so many guest workers with the guest worker scheme, the German government started implementing policies with climate change in mind that caused the closure of many of these coal mines and steel production sites around this area here in Germany, leaving many locals, many Germans, to reminisce of the time that once was, when this region here was a global powerhouse. The consequence of these policies have come to hit Germany rather hard down the line in modern day time, when Germany is going through economic hardship. As I'm sure you know, after the war between Russia and Ukraine, Germany came to discover that they were reliant on Russia for all of their energy production, much of which used to come from plants like this one here today that I'm standing on, leaving energy prices, electricity prices to surge, causing inflation here in Germany, causing many companies such as Volkswagen to move their production to other countries out of Germany. Obviously that trend had already been going, but it only got exacerbated after the war between Russia and Ukraine. And this has led to the question, what do you do with all these guest workers, all these people that used to be immigrants but are now 2, 3, 4 generations in? The jobs that they came for are no longer here, and many ghettos, parallel societies have been created. Integration seemed to not be an issue when there was jobs for everybody. What are these parallel societies looking like today that have been created? Well, that's what we're about to go and explore. I'm gonna head down from up here, and I'm gonna head on another train out to the Marxloh ghetto that is supposed to be, according to many Germans, the worst neighborhood in all of Germany. So let's go and explore what it's actually like. Is it really as bad as they say? Take in one last view of this beautiful industrial decay and the time that once was. All right, we've made it to Marxloh, and first sign of who lives here in this area comes from the graffiti on the wall there. PKK, that's the People's Kurdish Party. Something like this. I'm not sure what the English translation is to it, but it's the Kurdish Party, or terrorist organization if you ask other people. First impression of Marxloh is there's a lot of bridesmaid stores like this one here. They're selling this type of clothes everywhere here.
YouTube channel?
Yeah. Where are you from? Are you living in here?
Yeah.
In Marxloh?
No, in B.
Sorry? In the city? More inside?
Yes, yes.
How is Marxloh, you think?
Very good.
Because all my German friends have always said to me Marxloh is like a bad area in Germany.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the reputation that Marxloh has?
Criminal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is a lot of that here?
Yes.
What type of business is the crime that goes on here?
All.
All.
Oh.
And have you experienced some of this?
No.
No. You don't, you keep yourself safe.
Yes.
You're not involved in this. Is it in the schools?
Yes.
Is this your father?
Yes.
And just so you don't live in this area?
Ship.
You don't live here in Marxloh?
Don't.
Don't. But you come here often.
Yes. Buy this. Eat.
You
food.
come here to eat.
Yes. Yes.
What's up with the dirt on the streets? It's more dirty
Not
here.
good.
Is this the city council?
Yes.
They don't take care of this part of the city.
It's not good here.
The city, Burgmeister, not take care of this area?
Have work myself.
Yeah.
Or not good.
But not good.
No.
Not a good mayor in the town. Okay. You go here. All right.
Have a good day.
You have a good day. Nice to meet you. Well, this young lad, half Greek, half Turk, definitely seems to be saying there is something to the story, that there is a lot of crime in the area here. To me, on the surface anyways, it does look like a standard German area, a standard German city or town or neighborhood, I guess is the word. Just with, hello, how are you?
I am fine.
Are you good?
Perfect. I am fine.
You're very good.
Sunshine.
Is this your shop?
Yes, our shop.
Your shop?
Yes.
Why is there so many of this type of shops here?
Why? Nice question. Here is number one in all Europe
Well,
for wedding
mhm.
and parties.
Number one for wedding stores.
Wedding stores all over Europe.
And how long have you had the shop?
Here is 20 years.
20 years. Okay. And this shop over here is yours?
Tekin Bayraktar. Tekin Bayraktar's father was the first in this street.
This was the original store?
Wedding shop.
So business is good.
Business good, but last 2 years is the economy in Germany not so good.
Yeah. Germany is going
In the
through.
war, Palestine, Ukraine, the war called euro, dollar
German economy is going down a bit.
problem in the world, economic
yeah.
problem.
Exactly. This affects your shop as well, the business.
This is manager from this shop.
Can I see the shop?
Yes,
He
of
speak
course.
good English.
You can see.
All right.
Beraber konuş.
You speak great English.
It's okay.
It's okay. He's telling me this is the original wedding store here on the street.
This is the old street, just wedding dressing,
Uh-huh.
selling.
And why is there so many wedding shops?
Yeah,
Why? Why so many?
because the people knows the city and the street is just wedding wearing. That's why they are coming.
So
That's
people
why.
come from many places to buy here, not only people from Duisburg.
They are coming from all over the Germany and Belgium and Holland.
And is it mainly Turkish people that come and buy here as well?
Not the mainly, actually. There are many other countries people coming.
Okay.
They're coming Hollandish people, Belgian, Arabs,
Arabs,
Balkans,
Balkans. Okay.
Albanian, Bosnian. There are many.
So Muslim population mainly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not just the Muslim.
Okay. What's your best seller?
There is a one lady who's bestseller.
Okay.
And talk.
So which dress is your best dress?
There are many.
What's your
Come
highest
inside.
seller?
Come inside and have a look.
All right, check it out here. Beautiful, beautiful wedding dresses. So I'm guessing this is the price, 1,550. That brings me back to the wedding in Diyarbakir that I was invited to with the Bauer. That was the lady there, the bride at that day, was wearing some dress like this one over there, with the arms, or like this one here, with these pearls and arms. And they even have for the little kids as well. The traveling Viking, that's it. I have a video from Turkey as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Bodrum. Oh.
Look here. Ankara, Istanbul. It is the traveling Viking.
No, here German, eh?
This is Ankara.
Ankara. Good,
Uh-huh.
good. He's here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I went. Ankara, Istanbul, Diyarbakir, Mardin.
Trabzon, Yunus Trabzon. Go
I went
Trabzon.
to Rize,
Rize.
next to Trabzon.
Tea.
Rize the tea, yes.
Trabzon is bigger and better. Football.
You're
number
Trabzon?
one. Trabzon sport.
Oh, no.
Number one football.
My Turkish team is Rize Spor.
Are you crazy or what? Rize sport. Fuck up Rize sport.
I went to see.
Nothing champion Rize sport.
I went to see Rize Spor Galatasaray in Rize Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Trabzon is better.
Trabzon is your team.
It's better.
It's the big rivalry, you know? Rize and Trabzonspor. Rizespor, Trabzonspor,
Trabzon sport
big rival.
was 8 times champion.
Yeah.
And
It's
Rize,
Mm-hmm.
second Liga. Yeah, bak Trabzon.
Oh, look at that.
Yes. Back video. Trabzon sport.
I'm in enemy territory.
Trabzon sport, champion. Ah,
Trabzonspor, that's the team.
yes, bravo. Şak.
So you're all from Trabzon?
Yeah, all for Trabzon.
Also Trabzon?
Trabzon. His car, he was champion 2022. He is make Mercedes
Mm-hmm.
blue red.
Ah, so you got the logo on your car.
He made,
And this is your car.
yeah, okay.
You're a big fan of Trabzon. What do you feel? So Marxloh, the neighborhood, the area, many people say it's a bad area, dangerous. What do you think about this?
This is a politic.
Is it true? Is it not good?
It's not true.
It's not true.
No.
It's
only politic. It's good, no problem. Also.
no problem, Marxloh. And so you like living here?
Problem is all in Germany.
Mm-hmm.
Not Marxloh, not Frankfurt, Köln.
Mm-hmm.
Small.
Yes.
Always
Mhm.
problem.
Yeah.
But only in Marxloh, nothing. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
big.
And what is the problem?
Problem is last time here very many peoples from Romania, Bulgaria,
Mm-hmm.
and Syria.
Syria.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not working, all drink alcohol,
Uh-huh.
not work.
Okay.
Is not good for the street.
So there's some immigrants that come and don't work. They just
Don't work.
sit and drink.
Sit
Because
and
you guys
drink.
obviously have business.
Sit and drink
You contribute.
and they make the business broken. Biliyor musun?
So they stand on the street and sell.
Eat, drink and the müll schmeiß here.
Ah, they make dirty.
Yes, today is okay. Today is clean, but you must see Saturday, Sunday, here always people.
Then the city council, city mayor, Burgmeister,
City,
doesn't take care.
city is sleeping.
He's sleeping.
He is more work
Mm-hmm.
than city.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
So we randomly stumbled upon the original bridesmaid store, wedding store. As you can see, here's another one. And so he's saying there is that there is an issue with certain immigrants that come and don't want to work. But by far, it is not everyone. And he's saying that is not a specific thing for this area here, Marxloh. It's just as well in Frankfurt and other cities around Germany. Let's see what else we can find. I'm getting hungry. And you know what the greatest invention of Turks here in Germany is? It's döner. I think we should find ourselves a döner. So check this out here. Rubbish all over. A little chair you can come and pick up. It's a fixer-upper, but you can get it for free. Rubbish on the streets. That was what he was talking about. You see there, they just come and put it in the corner. And that's it, sort of thing. I had a guy from Romania, he told me, come up and ask for money, selling roses, with some story of how his sick aunt needed money or something like this, you know? That's probably the guys that he's talking about. So I was recommended to go here, Paradise Döner. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I was recommended to come here for a dinner.
Okay.
Which is your best döner?
This one.
This one. Can I have one?
What?
One döner. How much it costs?
Into here or like?
Here. I'll take here. How much is one döner? €7. Okay. Yeah. Hot sauce, yes. Absolutely. Let's see how he makes it. Curry, no thanks. Yes. Tzatziki, absolutely. Onion, cabbage. Yeah? Red cabbage, lettuce, tomatoes, cucumbers. And what are these ones?
Jalapenos?
Jalapenos, absolutely, yes. Let's go for that. And cheese. This one, also spicy, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. Paprika or something. Okay, fantastic. And what about a drink? I just take a drink over there? Let's give it a go, check it out once again. We've got lots of meat, these jalapenos, we've got the cheese, feta cheese thing. Let's have a good go. With some sauce, meat, get everything on that fork here. Check that out. That is a serious meal. This is Turkey's best invention, or Turkish immigrants here in Turkey, or here in Germany, invented the döner. I had no döner anywhere near like this, what you can get in Germany, actually in Turkey. I will absolutely devour this and we'll keep exploring. So now I got it down to a size where I can actually hold it in my hand. Check out how massive it is. It's like basically the size of my face. Let's have a go here. Actually biting into it. Just takes it to another level. In between that flatbread. Oh my God. Yep, definitely the Turks' best invention. Turkish immigrants here to here in Germany. Wow. Spectacular. So I absolutely smashed that döner. That was spectacular. We've come outside. I've come up to one of the back streets. I'm about to head over to Germany's biggest mosque, which is also located in this area. And I was looking, as I'm looking here and walking through the back streets a little bit. Check it out here, we've got a Mini Cooper. There's some rubbish here. There's an abandoned store or a closed down store here. There's some rubbish here with some clothes. You could come and get yourself a jersey, a shirt, some rubbish, a terrible house over there in a very bad nick. But other than all this seems super chill here. I honestly cannot imagine that this is Germany's worst neighborhood. Because I've seen some videos, some photos of places like central Frankfurt with zombies walking around. There might be some sales of research chemicals going on here, but honestly, it's not even going on openly on the street or anything like that, which we saw in Marseille when we were there the other week. I mean, I find it really, really hard. Look at it again here to imagine that this is Germany's worst neighborhood. We even got a limousine, a Hummer limousine over there. It's a working class area for sure. Obviously, it's not going to be the most luxurious houses, but as I'm saying, it's calm and quiet on the streets. People are working, people are out here pursuing a better life for themselves. That's all. On the eye. Behind me, we have Germany's biggest mosque. The building, the construction started in 2004 and was completed in 2008. Started by local Muslim women, Turkish women, here in the neighborhood. Got some men here sitting down, having a tea by the looks of it. And here's the entrance to the church, or the mosque, I should say, sorry. Built by the community itself. Let's take a little look inside. All right, shoes off. Let's just see that no one is practicing at the moment. They're not. Check it out. I mean, isn't that beautiful? The detail on this roof. I mean, compared to the church that we were in the center of Duisburg earlier today, that looked stunning on the outside. but rather boring on the inside. I think the mosques are the other way around. They look all right on the inside, on the outside, but on the inside they are absolutely phenomenal. But look at the detail, the cap all the way up into the cube of there. This massive chandelier, golden chandelier. That is stunning. And I think this area here in Marxloh is very much a microcosm of immigration. Immigration, I'm absolutely for it. If you come like the Turkish people here with the ambition and the willingness to work, start a business and make a better life for you and yourself. Whether you have a different religion, eat some different food, does not matter at all, as long as you're willing to live and contribute to the society in which you're living. Whether you pray to this God or that God, who really cares at the end of the day? You do you and I do me, and we will all live happy together. What you cannot have is immigrants like the guy at the wedding store was saying as well, that just come to sell drugs and litter the streets. That is the type of immigration you don't want. But these people that come here, set up businesses, make money, build a church or a mosque in this case for themselves, to worship their God. Who really cares? In any country, if you come, you must respect the rules and you can live there happily. But if you don't, and you come and just want to live on government handouts and sell research chemicals on the streets, well, you should probably think about staying where you're from. But my God, look at that. That is beautiful. I think that will also pretty much wrap up our little trip around Duisburg today. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. It seems like a place that is battling to come back, to make a comeback, but is struggling to do so. Hopefully Duisburg finds a way to make those glory days come back. And without further ado, from the mosque behind us here to the church over there, we will sign off, and I will see you when I see you.